If you're planning your first trip to Oktoberfest in Germany, here's a few tips that we learned after visiting for our first time. First, the Oktoberfest is absolutely free to attend, so unless you've signed up for a tour group that charges to guarantee table reservations, don't fall for the scam of anyone trying to charge you to skip the line or gain admission into the fest grounds. Next, if your schedule allows it, we recommend going in the daytime if you don't have table reservations. We arrived around 11 a.m. on a Tuesday and a Thursday and had no problems finding seats in the most popular tents. Be warned though, the evenings and the weekends get a lot busier, so you might not be as lucky. And speaking of the tents, they each offer different beers, foods, and vibes, so we'd recommend doing some research ahead of time and figuring out what ones look the most fun to you. We personally love the Hocker tent, which is known as the Bavarian Heaven because of its ceiling. It was also one of our favorite beers. Another thing to know about the tents is that most of them have live bands that play Bavarian music during the day and transition to more popular music in the evenings around 4:30. And there's one song in particular that you should get familiar with because they're going to be playing it about every 15 minutes. The next thing to know is that cash is king here at Oktoberfest. While there may be a few outdoor locations that accept cards, you'll definitely want to bring plenty of cash. And there are ATMs on the property, but the lines can be pretty long to access them, so it's best to come prepared. Also, you need to know that you must have a table in order to get service inside the tent. There's no walking in and ordering something if you don't have a seat. And just for reference, a massive beer was around 15 euros, and most of the meals inside the tents averaged about 20 to 30 euros a piece, so it's not exactly cheap. And if you're worried about getting service amongst the thousands of guests in the tent, don't be. There are plenty of servers around, and you'll pay for each item as it's brought to the table instead of as one big order. So be prepared for that, and be sure to tip your server well too. They definitely work hard. Next, if you're looking for a more subdued experience, we recommend going to the Oktoberfest. This is an area that costs a few euros to enter, but focuses more on the traditions of the Oktoberfest. We found it to be more family friendly, but still a lot of fun. And finally, let's talk about the rides. There are a ton of rides and activities to do at the fest, but they aren't cheap, and there's no ride-all-day ticket experience. You should expect to pay on average around 5 to 8 euros per ride, with some being more, some being less, and we did notice that they did offer discounts on a Tuesday when we visited. And that's it for this video. Have you been to Oktoberfest? Let us know in the comments if you have any other tips, and what tent was your favorite. And we'll see you next time.